me take you to Rio, Rio. Fly over the ocean like an eagle, eagle. And we can chill in my gazebo, gazebo.
Hola!
Nah, nah, nah. Let me take you to Rio, Rio. Fly over the ocean like an eagle.
There are 12 countries in South America and 3 dependencies with a total of more than 385 million people living on the continent.
The largest country is Brazil. The country is covering more than half the continent's landmass. Did you know that Brazil is only slightly smaller than the USA?
The largest city is São Paulo in Brazil.
Evidence of human life in South America dates back to 9000 BC, one of the earliest South American civilizations recorded in Peru.
Spanish is the main language in South American countries. Only in Brazil people speak Portuguese. Most of the South American people are Catholics, about 90%. Some Protestants, Jews and some indigenous people who have their own indigenous beliefs.
This is Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in South America and the world's 5th largest country by both area and population. It occupies 47% of the South American continent. Brazil was claimed by the Portuguese Empire on the 22nd of April, 15,000. It's likely the name comes from the Portuguese word for Brazil wood, a tree that once grew plentifully along the Portuguese coast. There's about 2,500 airports in Brazil, the second largest number in the world after the USA. The most popular sport in Brazil is football. They have won the World Cup a record of 5 times.
This is Argentina. Argentina, a vast country, is mostly known for its large group of mountains, the Andes, which run down its west side. The bottom is near Antarctica, which make it very cold and windy. In fact, the penguins at Wingen Zoo come from Argentina. The southern part of Argentina is Patagonia, famous for its plains that provide sheep and herds of cattle that live there. Argentina is famous for its football players Messi and Maradona. This is Uruguay. Uruguay is a country in South America known for its beach-lined coast. Uruguay is on the southern tip of South America, bordering Brazil and Argentina. Because most of the country is grassland and to animals like the armadillo, half the population live around the capital, Montevideo.
This is Chile. Chile is the longest north to south country, but on average it is only 150 kilometers wide. 36% of the population live in the capital city of España. The total population is 17 million. Easter Island belongs to Chile. It's the world's most isolated island and is famous for its 887 giant figures carved into volcanic stone. Since 1967, it's been encouraged to hang the national flag from every public building during the fiesta. The flag must be in perfect condition and hung correctly from a white pole or from the building front. People who don't comply can be fined.
This is Paraguay. Paraguay's borders are largely made of rivers such as the Parana and Paraguay. They grow lots of food such as sugarcane, cotton, bananas, wheat and sweet potato. There are 9 million cattle kept on the plains of Paraguay, as well as the sheep and horses. Paraguay's capital was founded by Spanish settlers in 1537. It is built on low-lying hills. This is Peru. Peru is in South America. It has a section of the Amazon rainforest and river. The ancient Incan city, Machu Picchu, is situated in the Andes, the longest mountain range in the world. The humble potato originates from ancient Peru. The Spanish brought it back to Europe. The rainforest covers 60% of the entire country.
Hello Mr. Spires and Class 4. My name's Peter and I am a friend of Arthur, and I'm currently visiting the city of Cusco in Peru. Now Peru, like so many other Latin American countries, used to be Spanish. And how do we know this? Because we can see so many different types of Spanish architecture. Just like you'd find in Madrid, the capital of Spain, here in Cusco, in the middle of Latin America, we can find a beautiful cathedral. We'll find the city hall, another beautiful cathedral over the other side. And just like in Spain, they have wonderful fiestas as well. So if you look over here, we can see loads of little children, all of the age of about 4 or 5, wearing very beautiful little ponchos, and they're carrying lanterns and torches because this is the city festival. And they're setting off fireworks, there's a band playing, and there's people cooking traditional food. It's a really exciting time to be here, and tomorrow we're going to go off to see Machu Picchu, the ancient heart of the Inca Empire. See you soon, bye!
This is the Andes. The Andes is the longest land mountain range in the world and runs through 7 South American countries. They are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is home to 75% of the world's active volcanoes. Earthquakes are common in the Ring of Fire too. Machu Picchu is part of the Andes Mountains. There are lots of copper mines in the Andes, and Peru and Chile are the largest exporters of copper in the world. This 1p coin contains copper as well as tin and zinc, so maybe you have some Andes in your money box at home.
Hello Mr. Spires. Hello Class 4. Hello Arthur. It's Peter again here. I'm just sending you this message all the way from Machu Picchu. It's the ancient Inca site. It is about 2,200 meters above sea level, and it is one of the 7 wonders of the world, because if you look down here you can see we are right up in the mountains. We're in the deepest countryside in Peru. It's the most beautiful, stunning mountains, and as you can see down there is this ancient site which until the year 1911 hadn't even been discovered. It was a man came from America, an explorer came and found this, and he was convinced it was here, but it was covered in grass and forest and everything, and the locals told him where it was, and he came up. So he found it in 1911, but perhaps it's a good thing that the Spanish conquerors who came in the 16th century, it's good that they didn't find it, because perhaps they may have taken away a lot of the rocks and the houses and things, which is what happened elsewhere in Peru. So it's the most amazing site. It's called Machu Picchu, and it's named after the big mountain that sits behind us. And if you look up this stony road up here, that's all the way to Cusco, which is the nearest city. It takes about 4 hours to get on the train from Cusco. That winds up through these beautiful mountains, and you end up seeing some of the most amazing countryside.
This is the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest covers most of the Amazon basin, over 2 million miles squared. It represents over half of the planet's remaining rainforests. A number of dangerous predators live in the rainforest. Jaguars, cougars, and anaconda live on land. In the river live electric eels whose shock can stun or kill, and piranha who have been known to attack humans. Vampire bats also live in the forest. 10% of the world's known species live in the Amazon rainforest. Protection of the rainforest remains an issue, as humans have destroyed huge parts of it. Luckily, deforestation rates are decreasing, while conserved areas have been increased over the past 10 years.
This is Ecuador. Ecuador again has a segment of the Amazon River. Ecuador sells 2 trillion worth of bananas every year, and there are more phones than people as well. For 100 years, Ecuador was at war with Peru over the border that separated the countries.
This is Venezuela. world's tallest waterfall, Angel Falls, is located in Venezuela. Baseball is Venezuela's most popular sport, and there has been a professional league since 1945. The flag is coloured yellow, blue and red. The yellow represents land and wealth. The blue represents the sea separating Venezuela from Spain, and the red represents the blood spilled from the heroes of independence. The country declared independence from Spain in 1811, although Spanish is the official language.
This is Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is the largest lake in South America. It is the highest lake in the world. It is 3,812 metres higher than the sea level, which is 3 times as high as Ben Nevis. This is the Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are home to the rare giant tortoise. They are an archipelago of volcanic islands that cover a total area of over 8,000 square kilometres, 1,000 miles off the coast of Ecuador. They consist of 18 main islands, 3 smaller islands, and 107 islets or rocks. The oldest island is over 4 million years old and is slowly disappearing beneath the Pacific Ocean.
This is French Guiana. French Guiana has a very low population density of only 3 inhabitants per square kilometre. By comparison, the UK has 255 inhabitants per square kilometre. Half of the people who live there live in the capital city, Cayenne. The area was originally inhabited by Native Americans. Its name means land of many waters. By land area, it's the second largest region of France and the largest outmost region within the EU. Part of France since 1946, Guyana has joined the EU and its currency is the euro. It is the most prosperous territory in South America. Most of its economy derives from its space centre, now the European Space Agency's primary launch site.
This is Bolivia. The capital of Bolivia is La Paz. The Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat in the world, covering over 10,000 kilometres squared. The salar is exceptionally rich in lithium, which is used to make batteries. There's 50 to 60% of the world's lithium reserves in the salar, and it's being extracted. The Atacama Desert covers 1,000 kilometres. It is west of the Andes Mountains. It is the driest desert in the world. Most of the desert is made of stone, salt lakes, sand and lava.
This is Colombia. Colombia's official language is Spanish, and its capital is Bogota. Colombia's name is derived from the surname of the explorer Christopher Columbus. Colombia has been ravaged by decades-long violent conflict involving armed outlaws and drug cartels. It also has a terrible human rights record. Since 2002, the country has worked hard to improve this. At the northern tip of South America, Colombia is home to rainforests, deserts, and even the Andes rain through its territory.